Hi everyone, and thank you for joining me today. I'm tackling a big change in my digital life as I've switched from a 20-year relationship with my old broadband provider BT to a new promising company named Brsk. They're promising us faster speeds and lower prices right here in Manchester. So, is Brsk truly the future of internet services in the UK? Or is it just all talk on their Trustpilot reviews? I've taken the plunge to find out for you, and by the end of this video, I'll share an exclusive deal that could benefit those of you considering the switch. So let's dive into this broadband experience. So to begin with, like I said, I'll share an exclusive deal with you, but if you don't want to wait until the end, just copy this code when you're signing up with Brsk YLDX, and you'll get yourself £75 Amazon vouchers. You'll also be helping me by me receiving £75 Amazon vouchers as well. So I'd appreciate it if you use my code, either by typing in or by using the link in the description. Thank you. So, Brsk have a couple of packages. I went with their 24 months. Their BetterNet 1000. Currently, it's on a deal. It costs £32 per month. However, when I signed up, I did it with a guy that knocked on the door. The salesperson knocked it down to £30 a month for me, so saving me £2 a month, which is £48 over 2 years. I was happy, can't ask for more. It's a lot cheaper than BT. Their renewal was £98 a month, £98 a month, and it wasn't in my fibre. I was getting max speeds about 250 with BT. So a big price comparison difference, £30 to £98 is a big difference. So it was definitely a deal that I was going to take. We also needed a phone, so we went the basic better phone package. We only need it for inbound calls. We've had our landline number for over 25 years. All the family friends know it, so there was no point. It was good for us to actually get that set up. So when you go for it, choose the package that's best for you. Definitely recommend, the BetterNet 1000. Considering the small price difference, which is only £4, you'll definitely notice it, especially on wide connections for Ethernet cables. And I'm just going to give you a quick demonstration on a live one now, where I'm going to do a quick speed test for you. So this is a wide connection. So I should be getting top end speeds. I'm hovering about 640 at the moment. Not the greatest for wired, because the other day I was getting 1 gig. Uploads, it's roughly about the same. It's around 600 megabytes per second, which isn't bad. However, I have had some issues. Come across some difficulties during installation with speeds, etc. And I'll go through that with you now. So when the installation day arrived, which was actually the next working day after signing up, my expectations were high, and the Brsk technicians were punctual. They arrived early in the morning, like I said, between 8 and 10. They arrived at 8:15. The installation started off smoothly. We said our pleasantries, introduced myself, the technician, explained where I wanted it, set up the ONT box, and where I wanted my router. So all was going smoothly. However, not everything went to plan during the installation. So just to make a point, the technicians were friendly and professional. They arrived on time and they got straight to work. There was really no issues there at all. The only issue or the hurdle that came up was when the technician was running the cable through the porch, the PVC panel. So before they entered the property, they cut the armour off the fibre cable for aesthetic reasons. So outside it's black, but as soon as it hits your property, as it's entering, they change it to white. Now, I could have asked for it to remain black, but the location and stuff, we wanted it white. At the time, we didn't know it would weaken the cable. So when the technician was threading the cable through the PVC panel, it snapped. So basically, the technician, the poor guy, had to start all over again from the pole. He had to call his colleagues out as well. So yeah, that was the only issue that we encountered. So once that was done, to be honest, everything else was pretty straightforward. No issues with regards to the equipment. A bit off. I guess it might have just been the inexperienced technician that had installed the ONT box. He could have made a neater job of the cabling and the box installation on the wall, but it's not a big deal. The ONT box and the wires, all serve a purpose, and it was something that I was able to manage myself. So what I'm going to do now is actually just show you one of those clips that I've taken. So throughout this video, I will also be showing you the speed differences between BT, Virgin, when I visited my cousin who's got the Virgin fibre optic, the sort of speeds I was receiving there, to the speeds that I was receiving with BT and Brsk, and basically how I went around some of the challenges I faced. So I'm just going to play this clip for you first. As you can see here, so let's show you guys. As you can see here, not the greatest crimping done on the RJ45 Ethernet cable. Even I can do a better job, and I'm not a pro. It does look like a Cat5e cable. However, there's no identifying code on it. But hey ho, I'm going to switch this over now and see what speeds I get. So that is what it looked like. As you can see, it's not it's not received properly. So it was going to cause a problem at some point in the future. So I did just get it resolved there and then by just changing it over with an existing cable that I had. So moving on, so this is actually the first test that I did. Stood right next to the router, which was where you just see now, and I got speeds of 440 megabytes per second on average. I then ran another one as well, which I'll just overlap here, and I was getting about 358 on this one. And then the last one, which I ran with their router, I was getting 280-ish megabytes per second on this one. So as you can see, these are tests done at different times of the day, that day or the day after. And again, it wasn't the best speeds available. So it looks like this video is frozen. But as you can see, it finished on 283 megabytes per second and 47.3 megabytes on the upload. So not the greatest from their router. So what happened next was I ended up going upstairs to see what I can do. So I'm going to show you these 3 videos of the speed checks. Let's hit play on these. So these were all taken on my iPhone 14 Pro, as you can see here. So the first one on your left is in my bedroom. So as you can see, it's not great compared to what it was next to the router. Here in the middle is the landing, so slightly better, but not the greatest either. And here on the right, again, very bad, 16.3 megabytes per second, and that was upstairs in the attic, so the furthest location in the house. These speeds were sending me into a panic, giving me anxiety, and I was very close to calling them up to find out what is going on with their speed. But I knew it would be to do with their router, as I previously had BT's complete Wi-Fi set up. So I was set up with complete Wi-Fi, which is 3 discs I had with them, and that used to basically give, allow access points to give me uninterrupted Wi-Fi. So what I'm doing now is just showing you some speed tests for BT, and this is the version 1 that I mentioned. So as you can see, these are the sort of speeds that I was getting previously. So as you just watched, I was only getting like 16, 28 with Brsk when I was further away. But as you can see here, with BT, I was getting a lot better, and at my cousin's, I was getting pretty decent speeds, at 435. So it's not a phone issue either. So let's close these off, and then I'll explain what happened next. So, because of the speeds, I ended up ordering a Deco M9 Plus mesh system. So what I'm going to do is just bring up the speed tests from that as well for you guys to watch. So basically, it was on offer at Amazon. It was going to arrive the next day. So it was something that I thought, hey, I'll give it a go, see what it's like. So let's hit play on these 3 videos. So I had the Deco system for about 3 to 4 days. Around the house, in my bedroom, in the landing upstairs, and in the garage outside, I've got Ethernet cable, RJ45 sockets, so I can connect the mesh devices directly into Ethernet cables. So if I am away from the router, I still get pretty decent speeds. So these were the speeds that I was getting on average from Deco, around the house, upstairs, downstairs, or in the attic. And from Tuesday, so that's the day the Deco arrived, up until Thursday, I would say, they were the speeds I was sort of getting. But as you can see, it's sort of consistent. If I was stood next to a mesh device or the router. Now, I wasn't too happy with the Deco system. It was a bit clunky. It looked a bit messy. They're really big, the devices, the access points. With regards to speeds and ease of setup, it's actually pretty easy to set up the Decos. So if you do want them, go for them. There are cheaper options out there as well, but I wanted the tri-band version just to get the most out of my fibre optic. So what I did instead, I did a bit of research, got myself a new router, so a Wi-Fi 6E enabled router and Wi-Fi 6E enabled mesh devices, all on tri-band as well. So I'm expecting, gold standard speeds, and Tender didn't disappoint me. They were on offer on Amazon, so I got them for quite cheap. They look nice, straightforward to use, set up. There's a lot of bad reviews about the app. However, I didn't really have an issue, to be honest, on their app. It was straightforward. If you've got a new phone, I don't think you're going to have any issues. So that was one of the pictures. Next up here is just to give you a bit more background on the sort of specifications of the models, and this is what they look like when they've been installed around the house. So that one's there is in the landing, and that one there is in my bedroom. And the third one, which I don't have a picture for, is actually in the shed at the moment. The router itself, I had my previous BT one mounted on the wall, so I did that. Had to screw a new hole in. Not a big deal. Put it there. Moved antennas around. Straightforward. So yeah, I'm going to share some speeds with you now for Brsk when I got it installed and used on the tender devices. So let's have a look. Play, and play. That's that one. So with tender, I would say on average, I get about 500 megabytes per second in my bedroom. My Fire device, which would normally get about 150 with BT, is now getting 300 to 400 megabytes per second. So yeah, it's really, really fast speeds. They've been just, as you can see, just amazing. And this is Wi-Fi as well. It's not connected to the cable. This is purely Wi-Fi. I was actually quite impressed with the tender devices. As you can see, I'm just doing a replay on these other 3 videos, and then I'll show you some averages, and then where I've kind of gone on the 1 gig as well. So if you do want any information on the products that I've mentioned in this video, I'll add some links into the description. So yeah, just click on them straight from Amazon. What I went for was top end with regards to price, technology. I went the tri-band, so it uses 3 bands for Wi-Fi, so it helps with congestion. Setting up the tender devices themselves, easy peasy, straightforward. And there is guides on the app as well, or in the manual that does arrive if you do get stuck. So as you can see, Wi-Fi at the moment, 545, 515, and 590. Upload speeds, again, looking really, really good. So there are some averages there, and here are some other averages that I'm showing you as well. So as you can see, over the last couple of years, that's BT, where it's been really, really slow. Forgive me, that's not slow. It's reasonable, 280 megabytes per second or 250. But as you can see, when I've joined Brsk, what my average is, about 677 now. And as you can see here, it goes up ridiculously high. So I've got 2 videos to finally show you, and then you can see what I mean by Ethernet connection. So if you do have any questions about my setup, or any other questions about the installation, or the routers, the mesh devices, access points, anything, just drop a comment below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can, and answer any questions that you may have as well. I would obviously appreciate a like and a subscribe as well. It's a new channel. I'm trying out some different things, everything from right to left, A to Z, just to give everybody else around this world some knowledge and information about services that they might not know about, or they want to know more about before signing up. That's the first one. As you can see, the best results are there. I'm going to close this one now and open up the next one. Hit go. Oh, keep making that mistake. So these speed tests are pre-recorded, purely based on the reason being they were done over a couple of weeks. So I'm showing you a fair estimate of basically what it's been like for the last 3 to 4 weeks for me. So this is what you should be expecting through Ethernet cable. I have actually hit 1 gig, over 1 gig actually. I think it into 1060 on my downloads, and my uploads were about 1200. I wish I recorded that, but didn't have the chance when I was playing around. So yeah, that's the final one. As you can see, amazing speeds from Brsk. Since being with them, I've had no dropouts on connection. Yeah, literally no issues. Everything's been smooth. It was literally plug and play with their own router. It's been smooth sailing since. I've already referred family and friends as well. Once you join as well using this code here, YLDX, you'll get a £75 voucher. If you get your friend or family to also sign up, they'll get £75 vouchers for Amazon, and so will you as well. It's a great scheme that they're doing to get customers onboarded. I don't know how long their promotion will last, but make the most of it. So that was my honest review of Brsk. The Trustpilot reviews do speak for themselves as well. There are the odd negative ones, however, the majority are positive, and that was one of the main drivers for me joining Brsk. So yeah, thank you for watching, guys. If you've got any questions, please drop a comment below, and don't forget to like the video. Thank you very much.